What is the second wave of COVID that we are experiencing, and how lethal would be the third wave of COVID? These questions will be answered in this video. Every information is important, so don't skip any of them in this video. So let's start. When the coronavirus pandemic began early in 2020, experts wonder if there would be waves of cases, a pattern seen in other virus pandemics. But it is quite clear by now that it will have so-called waves if we are unable to control this pandemic. Human behavior is the major factor to control this. Some follow COVID-19 precautions such as physical distancing, hand washing, and mask wearing. Others are not as prescriptive in requiring these measures or in restricting certain high-risk activities. Let's see some facts that will explain you how second waves of COVID spread and how dangerous will be the third wave. On 10th February, at the start of the second wave, India confirmed 11,000 cases, and in the next 50 days, the daily average was around 22,000 cases. That's how the second wave started. After mid-December, we have not taken this virus seriously, which have resulted in the next round of infection and deaths. Why there are more deaths in the second wave? The reason is that the virus is changing its form rapidly, and with new variants being discovered, newer and unusual symptoms are being noticed in recently infected patients. However, classic signs and symptoms of COVID-19 include fever with or without chills, shortness of breath, cough, headache, body aches, sore throat, a loss of sense of taste or smell, nasal congestion, fatigue, and muscle soreness. The next reason for the widespreadness of this disease along the country is that it is airborne. Later, the coughing or sneezing droplets of the infected person were heavy, but in the new wave, it is not like that. This time, the droplets are light and can travel in air. So if the infected person sneezes, the droplets of the sneeze can be carried by the air. Now wait, if you have not liked the video till now, do it right now. There are two major factors for India's failure to prepare for the second wave. One is of course complacency from the government level, from the society level where everybody assumed that the pandemic is over. But serious pandemics rarely gets over in few months. So that was a big mistake. Second is failure to keep track of different strains of the virus. It is clear that this particular strain that is right now is quite different from the first one. When will the COVID-19 pandemic end? This was the question that dominated almost the entire of 2020 for us only to learn from experts that while COVID-19 may be brought under control, this disease is here to stay for really long. The focus then shifted to waves of COVID-19 pandemic. India is facing the second nationwide wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Some places have seen more waves. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal recently said that city was witnessing its fourth wave of COVID-19 pandemic timed with the second nationwide wave. When the coronavirus pandemic was sweeping across India last year, the government had appointed a committee of experts drawn from the Indian Institute of Technology (IIT), Indian Statistical Institute (ISI), and the Indian Institute of Sciences (IIS). The committee developed a supermodel based on the peculiarity of Indian conditions. The supermodel predicted that the COVID-19 pandemic would come to an end in February 2021. But by mid-February, India saw a revival of COVID-19, the second wave. The second wave had since threatened, pushing active COVID cases beyond 9 lakh and total COVID-19 case load to near 1.3 crore. After May, it is assumed that the peak will go down. Now, I will try to bring your focus on the next coming disaster, the third wave of COVID. You have seen that we already have a shortage of hospital beds, oxygen and ventilators, and the third wave may likely infect the children according to the doctors. And now imagine if we enter the third wave in this condition without being prepared, there will be a bomb blast in the whole country. So we need to be prepared. But how to be prepared? It is a tough question, but It is simple to answer it. First, don't run to hospital if you have the symptoms. First check it is a minor COVID or major COVID. If you have the major one, then only consult your doctor or go to hospital. Because if you rush to hospital, there is a fair chance that you may get infected with major COVID, and also you will benefit those who are really in need of beds. Many doctors have suggested that wear double mask, but it entirely depends on you. If you have problem with the double mask system, leave it, no need to be brave. Third, in house, give good ventilation of air because the virus will not remain at one place, it will flow with a move. Now the big question is what the government is doing. I think there is a lack of communication between the people and the government. We as a nation have lost our sense of purpose. The government should plan strategies for the third wave effectively and from the ground level. We also have to cooperate and support the people who are in need, that is doctors and police. That's all for this video. If you like this video, then hit the like button, and if you are a new viewer, do subscribe. Meet you in the next one.